Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Good.
it says my screen though, it says there was an error loading your app.
Huh, mine did too, but I just ignored it. So you
Yeah,
can you not see me?
I can see you in the far little corner in your own little box, but
Really?
everything, yeah,
did you press cancel?
cancel.
Yes,
Oh, there we go.
I did. So how's everyone doing?
Great.
Good. Heather, were we going to talk yesterday or were you okay not talking?
Um, I kind of got caught up in doing my stuff.
That happens. Okay. So I'll take,
I can show you what I have though after this is done
sure, we can do
if you
that.
want to see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
there's not much I can change at the moment because
Okay.
it's due tomorrow.
Yep, it's due tomorrow. So,
You know what time it's due tomorrow?
uh, how late do you stay up?
It'd be nice if it'd be due at like midnight.
About 11:59.
Yeah.
That's why I stated it was based on the honor system. I really don't want you to work on it like on Wednesday and Thursday, because Thursday's when everyone else has to present, and I really want you to move toward the deadline and then stop so that you can think about pesky things like, what am I going to say? What am I going to wear? What order of the slides in? Uh, what time do I need to leave the house to be there by? All of that, like small detail stuff that you have to work through. But I don't want that to be what's part of your Tuesday diet, just your next couple of days diet. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Drew, is it golfing weather up there yet?
Today would have been the first night.
Yeah.
It's 68 today.
Yeah, it's a nice day here too. I actually never looked. I went out for lunch with some people from Knoll, so I was outside, but I didn't even look. 70 here.
Yeah, it's been hit and miss. Some of the courses in Gaylord are opening up.
Right. Yeah, I heard that Gaylord is opening tomorrow.
My brother's played a couple times in Grand Rapids, he said.
Cool. I've been out once. I could have gone out last weekend, but I went to Bowling Green State University. I didn't even realize this till I got the invitation, but they have an architecture program there. They have a master's program, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know that. And so they invited me to serve on their jury for the final thesis reviews. And so I drove down there on Saturday morning and got there in time for a light lunch. And then I toured the Wolf Center by the Nordic architects, Snohetta, Snohetta, and it's a pretty impressive building. I had never seen it before. I'd seen pictures of it. It's a sloping roof thing, and I mean it came online. It was published in Arc Daily probably 5 or so years ago, and I remembered one of my students, Rami, who is the individual whose one drawing he did a couple of drawings that were in my lecture on drawings, and his firm out of Cleveland was the AOR architect, right? They held the contract for Snohetta, and they served as AOR, and so I remember his office drew the building, but it's a pretty impressive building. And so if you're ever going through Ohio, it's worth doing it. In fact, to make my life easier next fall, I might do the field trip just to see the Frank Gehry addition to the museum in Toledo, walk through the museum and talk about the architecture of the spaces and some of the paintings they have there. They also have a room by Frank Lloyd Wright that they've rebuilt. And then across the street is the Toledo Museum of Glass, which is by Sana, a Japanese firm. And then just another 15 minutes down the road, 15 miles, 12 miles away, is this piece by Snøhetta, which is worth the drive. So that could be my field trip next year if I do that.
How were the thesis projects?
So there were 5 students, and they all passed, but only one was really, really strong. The others were all, and this is not just my opinion, the others were all fairly capable, right? Competent, but not like excellent. It's a fairly new program. They're struggling to get their accreditation, and they think that they'll get it by the fall of 2017. That's when the group comes through for their second or third visit. I think it's their second visit. So their fingers are crossed. They have a beautiful facility, though.
Does that mean that their master's program doesn't count for licensing, or?
Currently not, but it would be retroactive once it once they pass it, right? And Kendall is the same way down in Grand Rapids.
I just don't know why you would go through the program if it wasn't accredited, if that's your passion.
It's a risk, right? It's a small risk.
Well, it's a big risk because it's a lot of money.
It's a big risk because there's a lot of money at stake, and it's your money. There's no question. Like, if Kendall didn't get it, or if Bowling Green didn't get it, then you'd be like, yeah, you drop the F-bomb.
Yeah, what do you do?
Right? I didn't say it. I didn't say it, Brianna. I know you were expecting me to. You know I'm capable of it, but I didn't
just become a professional draft monkey.
Well, we don't want that.
Hey, I resemble that.
But we all do right now.
We all did it for a long time. Should I invite Brandy again? Has anybody heard from her?
Actual email invite.
Say that again.
I never actually got an email invite. I had to go through the app on the
Really?
little thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little.
it pop up and then it didn't.
So I just sent it to her. Thanks. I'll give her a second to get here. Nothing from her. Okay, well, I've sent it to her twice. It's not a big deal. Maybe one of you guys can let her know. Oh, she's here. I'll wait. Hey,
Sorry about that.
no worries. Okay, take a deep breath. You made it. You don't look any worse for wear. None of you do. That's probably a good thing. Did you think you'd make it? Did you think sitting in your office or in your home in January, watching the snow fly, that this night would ever get here? Can you believe that you're through 2 sessions of our program's Advanced Design Studio? Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's really cool. So congratulations.
I can't believe that I'll never have to do a studio class ever again.
Not unless you teach it.
For now.
That's not a possibility. So, well, I would love that if you ever had that chance. I think it would be really good if you guys got inspired to do that. So, well, congratulations, seriously. It's a huge accomplishment, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge that. The studio has been actually a lot of fun and for me, and I know it's been a lot of work for you, but I hope that you've derived some, sort of educational pleasure and intellectual pleasure out of this process. And we'll talk a little bit more about all of that next week, next Monday night, which will be officially our last class. Next Monday night will be sort of like the other 2 classes that were post-benchmark, right? We'll have a group session more or less like this, and it'll take a few minutes. And I spend a little bit of time with you talking about the experience of the benchmark, the critics, blah, blah, blah. We'll go through that. We'll kind of take that apart. And then I'll share with you some hopefully candid thoughts about the studio and Lawrence Tech and our profession and where I hope your careers go. So that's kind of the very last remarks that I make in kind of an educational way. And then I'll sit down with each of you in the reverse order of Saturday's review, the schedule of which was released on Sunday morning. So you should have that via Dropbox. I'm sorry, Google Drive. And I'll spend about 20 minutes with each of you. Unless a transmission drops, unless you run over nails in the road between tomorrow and Tuesday night, Heather, at midnight, no, at 11:59, and you are unable to finish and you show up on Saturday with an unfinished presentation, which has happened. I actually saw somebody walk in to the review with their drive broken. They had dropped it walking into the classroom. I heard it fall. I saw the pieces fly, and and I'm like, so he had to actually literally, yeah, exactly. He literally had to drive back to Royal Oak to go get his, and this was a guy that, it's like, really, Matt? Like, this is like totally the cherry on top of the super sweet icing on top of a ridiculous chocolate cake of surprises that you've given me this semester. And it's like I couldn't have even like orchestrated that comic tragedy, but he did it. And so unless something like that happens and you're unable to finish, you'll be done on Saturday. If you're not done on Saturday, probably by Saturday you'll know that, because I'll talk to you about it. But I've had people had to, I'm not trying to freak you out right now, but I've had people have to continue their work because of the nature of the review and so on. But I don't necessarily sense that. Again, unless your oil light goes on and your tires go flat between now and Tuesday. So long as you can make it through the next, 30 hours, you should be good. So that's the schedule for next Monday. Heather wanted to speak with me tonight for a few minutes. We met last week as well. And if anybody needed to talk to me tonight, I'd like to keep that real brief, but I'm open to do that. And then on Saturday, we had one of our critics back out today. He had an unforeseen family event. So Michael DeCoster won't be able to join us, and I'm struggling to find maybe a replacement. But I also have Ben Feehan from Australia joining us. He has actually done missing middle housing. He's on faculty at Lawrence Tech. perhaps one of you have actually had Professor Feehan for something. But again, he'll be joining us on like a 12-hour, 14-hour, 16-hour time zone difference. So it'll be like 1 o'clock in the morning when, you know, he sees who's the first presenter. So yeah, Brandy, he'll be looking at your work at 1 o'clock in the morning his time. And then who's the second presenter? Heather. So that'll be like 1:30. So you just may, you know, like Drew just a minute ago just dropped out. You just may see him drop out at some point. So I guess I'd say to you all, you might get a chance to hear his comments. You actually, if you presented, you might get comments back from him. But I kind of, for some reason, thought that I guess I thought he was in Arizona because the projects that he's been doing are there. But I overlooked that he's in Australia. I've never met him, so this will be kind of interesting. So I've added him, and then Martin Schwartz, who owes me a ton of favors, will be here on Saturday morning as well. He typically doesn't do the grade sheets, ladies and gentlemen. He tells you what he thinks, so you have to have the presence of mind to take that in. But the others have committed, and I'm looking forward to having them in. And if I can get another person to join us, I will, and I'll try to let you know that in advance. But it really doesn't matter because we've got some excellent critics, and actually a couple of them have seen the work before. So, and Devin will be there, and Lindsay will be there. So it's all pretty good. So you need to be there at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time so that you can get a coffee and a bagel, so that you can upload your work to the computer or make sure that it's on the Google Drive before you leave town. If you're planning on driving down Saturday morning, give yourself plenty of time. The good news is it gets lighter earlier, but the bad news is it makes for a very long Saturday for you, and I really need you to be in Southfield by 8:30, not driving in at 10 to 9, for example. So do try to be there early. It gives you a chance to, like I said, get things set up, get your breakfast, and meet some of our critics, you know, in an authentic way, and as well as Lynn Miller with Tisha, who will be there to curate the event and make sure that it's broadcast online. All right, so that's Saturday. There's no other classes this week. Pencils down tomorrow night. We'll have the class next week. And I will supply you with the comments as they come in from any of the critics, just like we've done before. And I pledge to have your grade sheets back to you by Saturday, the week after the reviews, okay? And then I'll compute the final grades on Sunday, and you don't get anything from me relative to that. It's just I think Banner Web or Blackboard, one of those two portals that I use to grade for the final grade. So that comes to you the way that it comes to you. I don't know if they send you an email or if you just start looking. I've never really been told what they do or what you do, but anyways, the final grades will be processed then. I don't know how often the university refreshes that portal, but you'll get them no sooner than Sunday. Okay. Any questions? Any concerns? Got the batting order? Right? Is everybody going to be here?
Can you do a quick reminder what room it's in?
So I don't know. So it's in the so-called UTLC, the University Technology and Learning Center, which is the Charles Gwathmey building.
Isn't it just the master's studio suite?
Yeah, so there's a master's studio there now that they've been renovating, and someone I met, Janelle, has been doing the drawings for that. Room.
It's on the first floor, past the front desk, down the hallway.
Yeah, about almost to the end of the glass curtain wall, and it's room T220. There's the graduate studio, which is the bigger room, but we're in the smaller conference room. And I'll have the door propped open, and you'll sort of see me walking about, and you'll see people walking to it. There probably won't be hardly anybody on the campus that day. All right. So Adam, I want to make sure I didn't see you. You're going to be driving in.
I might. I'll let you know by tomorrow at least.
Okay, so that would be great. You can take as long as you need, but what I'd like to suggest is if you're not going, if you're all going to be present, right? If all of you are going to be on campus, then I'm going to call off Lynn, right? Because she's facilitating the online review, and she drives in from Grosse Pointe Park to do that. And she stays there for a chunk of the review or a few minutes of the review because she likes me, and then she just sort of goes on back home. But if you're not going to be there, that we'll continue to keep her on the hook. But if you're planning on being here, which I really would like, obviously, then I'll call her off. So just let me know as soon as you can, as a courtesy to Lynn. All right?
Yep.
Cool. Any other questions? Okay. Sounds good. So Heather, you have the floor, and I'll talk to you all on Saturday morning. And if anybody needs to talk to me on Wednesday night for any reason, just send me an email or a text message, and I'll be happy to visit. All right. Thanks, guys.
See you, Mark.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, Heather. I won't make any changes. Oh, I don't have your volume.
There we go.
There we go, and I have your drawings up.
All right. Yes. So this is the inside of the community center.
Gotcha.
It's one of the views.
Uh-huh.
So I'll go to the ground floor.
Uh-huh.
There's the auditorium, the restrooms, the art exhibit area. This is like swing, flexible community. People can sit and socialize. And then classroom.
Gotcha.
Yep. With like different configurations.
Can you go back to the view?
Yep. Hold on. I think it's view 2.
Uh-huh. Good. So you dropped the ceiling over that curved carpet. That's good. Good. Okay. Have you done anything on the exterior for this?
Yes. Hold on. Pop up on 3D. It's a little bit.
Oh, I see.
Because then it parallels the train depot.
Yeah.
And it follows the scheme. Hold on. I need to scroll down. Of the red, blue, and
Yeah.
gray. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go back to that building for a second?
Yep.
Can you orbit around it?
Might be tough. Hold on. Is there an orbit? Yes, there is. No. Can't orbit around that. So let me just do it the fun way.
I see. Is there a slopey roof on the blue tower?
No, that's flat.
I might suggest that you do that just to sort of pick up on the
Do like
the
that
butterfly.
this
You
way.
could even do a miniature butterfly where
This
the
way?
low point runs north and south.
You mean this way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, I can change that. Then floating around. The brown is the stone,
Yeah.
so that also follows.
So you know what? It's a quirky little building, but this has some. You listen to those discussions about materials and how to.
Mhm.
This looks pretty good.
And then around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the floors between are from slab to slab is 15 feet, so
Mm-hmm.
the little auditorium can sit on its own without a second story.
So is there not a walk from those exit doors in the auditorium to the parking lot, or?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'm
so you need to
still
do that and maybe do a small butterfly roof over that entry door there,
here
right?
and there.
So that it marks that moment, right?
Okay. Yeah, this is actually
Yeah, it's not a major entrance, but you still need a walkway. What is the major front door? Is it in the knuckle, the hinge, or is it on the street?
the main entry is about here.
Yeah, it's in the hinge.
hmm So people have to come around, but there is a door on this
Yeah.
side for egress and people
Yeah.
going in and out. The main entry is here.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you may need a canopy there and a walkway to the walk I was just talking about.
hmm Yeah,
Cool.
I've been working on the sidewalks
Yep.
and things of that sort. I can show you. The
Uh-huh.
so this is like a fire pit for
Yeah.
you to use, and that's a picnic table and gardens, and there'll be a couple of benches.
I think people would be happy to live there.
Yeah, because they each have their own little patio, but
Yeah, I like that too.
if they want to socialize, they can
They
go.
can engage in that courtyard space.
Yes. And then I'm gonna do something similar here. Use this.
In that gap. Yeah.
Yeah, use this gap as a community space.
Super. All right, well, keep working.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you what I have. Hold on.
I'm glad. I was hoping that I hadn't overlooked the fact that we were going to meet yesterday, so I'm glad that you needed the time to do what you did and that we had a chance to talk tonight.
hmm And then this is the second floor.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the green roof with
Right.
patio spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's designated areas for people to go instead of just be like all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the basement, it's like the locker rooms with showers and stuff for the like Zumba classes or dance studios. And,
Uh-huh.
the parents can sit there and watch their children, or
Right.
sit there and be like, why?
Exactly.
And then these are like little conference rooms, and I
Mhm.
left these two blank because they could be converted into little office spaces for anyone.
Uh-huh. But it looks like they have a glass wall with a door too, so.
Yep.
Yep.
So the light well will also penetrate natural light into it.
That's nice. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there will be section cuts and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you go back to the second floor? I'm afraid there's only one stairway up there.
I have one stairway here, but I also have one here. I don't know if that counts or not.
Yeah, that's a problem. Can I go on the roof of the?
This?
Can I go on the roof of the not the entrance, but the street corner roof?
This one? Yes.
Can you drop the site plan stuff in there?
Hold on.
Or just let me see the first floor?
Yeah, I can see the first floor. Hold on.
You have room. So what's in that corner with the ground? Yeah, what's in that space?
This space is the art gallery.
Yeah.
Do you think that there should be a staircase that just kind of
So
like?
the stair doesn't have to be inside.
Oh, so it can be an outside stair?
Yeah, and that's why I was asking about the
It could go here.
yeah. Make it work for you aesthetically for the building's elevation and in terms of visibility, and make it work for the egress. If it can go inside, that's okay too, but I don't want to disrupt too much of the experience. So I kind of like an exterior stair as a route. Oh my goodness, my dogs are all wound up tonight.
So put a stair down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But you want to be able to get from the middle lobby area.
Mhm.
Can you hold on a second? I got to figure out what's going on. They're outside. So there's that middle lobby area with the single column in it where your cursor is.
Yeah.
There's a closet between the two toilets.
Mhm.
What if the two toilets, what if that closet also had a corridor? So the closet got smaller by half. And
Oh,
then
okay.
you could walk through right there. You could walk through that to get out and go down the stairway.
Oh. Yeah. I can do that.
All right.
I can shift all these and.
Or
Is it-
yeah, shift and move the toilets next to each other,
Mhm.
right? Move the one to the south, to the north, and put them back to back. And then move the closet to the south,
And then
but reduce the closet so that you have a little corridor that just an opening, really, a hallway that leads out
Mhm.
to that stairway.
Okay.
It might impact your model for the windows, but I think you can catch that up pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, they're windows for like the restrooms because they go here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. But you just got to make sure that you move them with it.
Mhm. Okay.
Because you've got lots of closets up there. I think you can sacrifice a little bit of space for that egress. I just don't want Martin Schwartz to get all crabby with you and then with me.
Okay.
Because the route onto the roof is kind of, it's not an egress route.
Okay.
It does get you to a stair tower. Yes, that's true. But I'd rather be able to have two means of egress from the main chassis of enclosed space that takes me down and out, not out onto a roof and then into a stairway and then out.
Okay.
Because like, what if the roof caught on fire?
Yeah.
Right? You got to have a stairway up to the roof. That's true, and that's good.
Mhm.
But and the middle stair that you've got your section cut through,
Mhm.
that could go to the roof as well with a ship's ladder, so that the roof there could be serviced for like mechanical guys, right?
Mhm.
But I don't like it as a means of egress necessarily. So if you can make that happen, I think you're in good shape.
All right. Yeah, I can come up with a.
Glad I caught that.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
See you Saturday.
Yes.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.